Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about FPU, Financial Peace University by Dave Ramsey. I'm going to talk about why you should take it, what you can expect when you go, and just the ins and outs of it. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So I've had a lot of questions about whether taking FPU is worth it, what our experience was like, and all that kind of fun stuff. So I thought I would just do a whole video on it, especially since a lot of classes are starting right now, since it is the beginning of January, or at least I know it's starting at our church right now. So I just wanted to do a huge video on it. So I had always wanted to take FPU. My parents actually suggested it to us when we lived up in Dallas. And we just kept missing it every time it would start. And so right when we finally found a church that was doing it, we were getting ready to sign up, and then we found out that my husband had gotten a job where we live now. So we could not sign up for it because we would miss the entire thing. So we were really upset about that, and then we moved down here, and we just been talking with some friends of ours, and they were like, oh my gosh, y'all need to take FPU, we teach the course, blah, blah, blah. And so, of course, we were like, okay, fine, we'll take the course because our friends are teaching it. And then we had another couple who were going to take the class with us that we were really good friends with and stuff. So we were just like, of course, we'll do this. And so that's how we came to do the course. I really wanted to get out of debt, and it was really hard to justify spending the money for it. It is $93, $98. I can't remember. It's in the 90s to take the course, but it is 9 weeks long. So it's really $10 a week, and I totally think it's worth the money. We would absolutely do it again. It's what basically got us debt free. It's what kickstarted everything. I was on board. I was ready to go, but it's what convinced my husband to go. Or it's what convinced my husband to get out of debt and kind of show him how you can do it, how you don't have to give up everything to get out of debt, that you're not going to be like this for forever. Yeah, life is going to suck basically for a few years, but in the grand scheme of things, life is not always going to be like that. If you don't get out of debt, you will always be living paycheck to paycheck unless you win the lottery or you get an inheritance or something like that. So he also really enjoyed, so Dave does basically what you do. Let me just start what happens. Okay, so you sign up, the class starts, so you show up at class. They're going to do take roll, take attendance or whatever. So you have to go to, I think you can only miss 3 classes in order to get your certification. You don't have to have a certification, but it's just a way for you to really set a goal to come to every single class, because every single class is something different. So you sit down, the people do a little talk or whatever, talk about who they are, what this class is about, yada yada, and then you watch a video. And basically, I think they're all averaging about an hour long or so, and it's of Dave. So you're watching a video of Dave doing kind of a conference basically. So he's on stage talking and doing the Financial Peace University for everyone that's in the audience, and then you're watching him. And I wasn't sure how I was going to like this approach, and I actually really enjoyed it. He's actually kind of funny and says some great things that you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Oh my gosh, I can totally relate. And so he's funny, but he's really personable, and I wasn't sure how my husband was going to take to Dave Ramsey, and he loved it. He really enjoyed listening to everything that he had to say, and Dave uses a lot of graphics and stuff like that to show you hey, if you had started saving X amount at this age, by the time you're this age, in your 60s or 70s, you could have $1 million. And my husband was like, wait, what is this guy talking about, And so basically you watch the video, and when you first start the class, they give you a whole, it's a box basically, but it has it has a workbook in it, and cash envelopes and all this kind of stuff for your class. And so you'll take your workbook out, you and your spouse, or just you, whatever, the couples share, and so you'll split off into groups, and there's different questions that you answer and talk about as a small group. So yes, if you're extremely introverted, this can be a little awkward. I will say that I am very introverted. My husband's extroverted, so he did a lot of the talking for us, but I think I would have opened up anyways, even if I had been there on my own. I would have been a little shy at first, but just hearing everyone's different stories, so you kind of talk about where you are in your life, what you're wanting to get from the class and stuff like that, and just to hear oh my gosh, we're not the only ones that are living paycheck to paycheck. I know this couple. I know they make money. Like, I never would have thought that they were in as much debt as they were. You do not have to say how much you make, how much you're in debt. You don't have to do any of that. They do not make you do any of that. That is all like something that you and your partner, spouse, whoever, talk about together on your own. So also throughout the video, when he's talking, to keep the audience engaged, you're going through the workbook and like filling in fill the blank answers with him. So that way, like throughout the week, before you go back to class, you can kind of go through and read through what some of the important points were that he made, which I really liked as well. You also write down in your workbook what your total debt is, how much your income is. You fill out a budget in there, how to create an irregular income budget. I know a lot of you have questions about those. You create one of those in the little booklet. And so I really like that, because now that we're 2 years later, we took it 2 years ago. Now that we're 2 years later, I like that I can go back and look at that workbook and like see where our minds were, because you do a lot of fill in the blank answers with like your own thoughts and stuff. And so I like going back and seeing what we wrote, things we were dreaming about, things we were wanting, how much debt we were in, you know, all that fun stuff, just to kind of like remind myself where we came from. Anyways, I just highly recommend the course. This is not a sponsored video or anything. It's what really kickstarted us into gear. I mean, I could have had my husband read Total Money Makeover and talk to him as much as I could, but he was just not on board. He just didn't get it. He didn't understand why we needed to do that. Like, basically, we have a car loan and student loans, and you just pay on that the rest of your life, which is not true. You don't have to do that. And so this course is what changed his mindset and what got us going and got us out of debt, because now we're debt-free a year and a half later. So can't beat that. But yeah, I know it's like $90-something, but if you can scrape it out of your budget, instead of putting that $90 towards debt, put it towards this course, and make sure both you and your partner, spouse, whoever, go together. Y'all need to do this together. If you're single and by yourself, see if you can bring a friend with you or something. I don't know. See if you can. It would just be nice to have an accountability partner with you, and just someone to make you feel a little bit better and less nervous for being there. The FPU coordinators are awesome as well. I'm pretty sure they take some kind of course or whatever before they do this. They are all people who have gone through FPU and are Dave Ramsey fans, and will have tons of answers for you guys. So our friends who are FPU coordinators, they'll like set up kind of like appointments with some of the people in the class who are just really struggling with their budget. They can't figure out how to budget, or they can't find any extra money to put towards debt and stuff. So they'll actually meet with them throughout the week and like for free, and create a budget for them and show them what they can do, and they'll answer all their questions. They'll answer any questions you have, which I think is great as well, because I know it can be very overwhelming, and it's just nice to be able to talk to someone who's gone through all of that and knows what they're talking about in accordance to Dave Ramsey's teachings. But I hope this video helped you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Leave any questions down below, or if you had a great experience with FPU as well, leave that down below to kind of encourage people who are kind of on the edge. Tell us why you enjoyed FPU. Would you recommend it? Why would you not? What were some things that you enjoyed about it? What were some things you didn't enjoy? I don't know. I want to know what everyone else's experience was, because ours was really great. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.